All right, so for this one, we're going to do the two of the more difficult or complex results, DP World and Mornington Central. We're going to start with Mornington Central because they've asked for it, so I need to get it to them ASAP. So Mornington Central, basically just need to open our Mornington Central stuff. Now it looks very bad, but that's because there's nothing in here, and that will change. So this is normal. We just do the same thing we always do, and move the old data. I don't have the camera set up on the Stream Deck, but just accept that that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to do meter serial. You check here, end of month serial. Oh, there's nothing there. Maybe I haven't moved the stuff over. Oh, no, sorry. I know what that is because there's an N. There we go. Copy, paste. NA. Just get rid of all the NAs. And then serial app sheet. Oh, pressed it too early. That's all right. Copy that down. Expand it. Copy, paste. And this one's off supply or still, so that's all good. And that's all right. So we'll do 31st of the 12th of 24. Copy that down. And that's the, why is that so far off? That's weird. Huh, maybe it's just less usage because of the holidays or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's all correct. So, yep. So that's done. So now we've done the results. Now we need to do the interval data. And this is the slightly more complicated part, which will require some finessing. So first thing we need to do is we need to get go into the interval data folder. Now we've got our little Mornington Central folder here. So we need to get the probe files, the interval data files. So John does this site. So we go into John's, go into low, LS1s, and this is the manual way to do it. We can go in here, and I know the date that he did them, and because the times are all close together, I'm certain that that's right. And you can double check, but there should be 30 there. So you can just kind of copy that and go back into the interval data folder and then just paste them into here. And so you do that. I'm going to do the little shortcut way, just show the other way. So I go to the batch program, scroll down to Mornington, and that will populate in here, or should. Oh, there we go. Boom. So we'll let that go. All right, and so you can see all 30 are now in here. It took a little longer. To be honest, it's probably faster just copy and pasting. So now what we'll do, we'll cut them, put them into Mornington Central, and paste. Now, this is where it gets a bit tricky. So this file here, got to open this. So what they want to do, what they want is they want us to, if I open up our Mornington Central, we have the serial number and we have the meter ID. And what they want is they want us to send the interval data. They want them labeled as the meter ID, not the serial. But the problem is that when we get it from the meter, it gives us the serial. So we need to, two options. We can, find this one, 738, and copy this and paste it in here. Or we can do a little shortcut. And I'll show you the shortcut. So what we do is we open up our, let's just get this here. We open up this file, our Mornington Central meter numbers, which opens this, okay? Then we go into the interval data folder. We go into this, click here, backspace, and write CMD enter, and that's going to bring up the command prompt. Then we take this, copy, go into the command prompt, Control V, and then enter. And you can see that now all of our files have been renamed. And that's it. Quit from that. Do not save it if it asks you to save over it. And that is done. So now, whoops, don't want to scan. I just want to 7-zip it. So now I'm going to send that off, and we'll do the next one. So next one we're going to do is DP World. So Jade does this once a month, and the process is a little different than what we normally have to do. So from our data current folder, if you go back out, you can see we've got down here DP World. So I'm going to open DP World. First thing we want to do is take everything from last month, which is this, cut it, and then we go back and go down into DP World old, and create a new file. I think it's November 2024, and I like to put the old stuff in here just to keep it there, just in case we need it. We'll probably delete it at some point. So that's the first thing we do. Then we go back into DP World here, and I'll open a new one, and we will go into Jade and DP World, and you should have 18 files in here. If he doesn't, well, we'll deal with that later, but I'll explain what we do later. So we've got, all these files here, 18 files, they go into our DP World folder here. Okay. Then what we do is we need to turn them into a probe export like we do with the other files. So depending on where your Python folder is, you go into Python, and you should have one labeled DP World. But this could also be set up if it's on your taskbar here. Right click, and then DP World should be pinned. So it's the same thing. Again, you can see it leads to C Python 27. So just going to run that. It'll ask us where to look, and we want to look my folder here, documents, SkillTech, embedded, data. It'll be different for you, but wherever you've dumped your files, you can dump them anywhere. You can put them on the desktop if you want and just go straight to desktop. But it doesn't really matter as long as you know where they are, and you run the process for these. Right, it's done. Now we have now what we need to do is we need to close our other probe export, leave this open, and we manually open our probe export from here. Okay, that's here. And then we need to open our two DP World documents, and now these ones are over here. It's DP World here, and they're labeled 12 to 2024. So it might be, if it hasn't been updated, it might be the previous month. So it might still be, for example, it could be 11, but you need to just make sure it's the month and the year. And so we open both of these. Okay. Performance, don't know what that is. Just quit from that. Forget that. Just ignore that if it comes up. Okay. And now we have these two sheets. Okay. And this gives us the full year. If I just open this up. So this gives us the full year usage per meter. Right. And then this one is where we calculate that usage. So we need to do some work on this one first. So first thing we do, oh, those dates aren't correct. Need to update those. 8. That should be. Okay, so I'm just going to fix this. Sorry. Of 10. Yep. And that should be 1 of 10 and 31 of 10. Oh no. Should it be? No, I'm not sure now. Let's have a look at the old ones. Oh, first of the month to the last of the month. So, 1st of the 10th to the 31st of the 10th. 1st of 11th. 30 of 11th. There we go. Oh no, it's 2025. 2024. Okay, cool. So we stay in November. There's a lot of little things you got to do that I continually forget to do. So hopefully I should be able to remember all of them. First thing we want to do is right click and move or copy. Select create a copy and scroll down to the bottom here and go move to end. Okay, and that will create a copy of this one. Change the date, enter, and then change the date here, unlike I did. 31st of 12th of 24. Okay, and yeah, that will copy all the way down to here. Okay, next, make sure you have your probe export with the DP world data open. Okay, should only be 18 meters. And we go up to view and across to macros. Oh, you also need to make sure your personal macros are open as well. So you need to make sure personal macros and the probe export are both open. Okay. Then we go up to view, macros, and you'll have all of your macros, which are stored in that personal macros Excel document. And then double check what the name of this one is, consumption report. Go to consumption report. Select run, and that will process everything over here for this. Okay, everything here will be processed. It will give you, I'm not sure exactly what this is, but and you can have a look at the formulas. Just double click here and it will tell you how it gets the formulas themselves. But basically that's all we need to do for this sheet. Okay, the value that we need, oh no, sorry, that's not all we have to do. I'm so sorry. So what that does is that calculates all of these values, kVARH for this. Now what we need to do is manually fix up everything here in blue. Okay, and to do that, we have to go back into our DP world, no, not that one, where we had the data, where we had our DP world data. And for these 2 meters, so 211.02410, we need to open that. And then we also need to open up 4326. Okay. So we'll do 4110 first. No, 2410 first, sorry. Now, let me think of the best way to portray this. That and that. Okay, cool. So I've already kind of explained what these values are. So remember, this is our current period. This is our end of month, our first end of month. This is our second end of month, etc., etc., etc. And if you look down to our last end of month, our second end of month, these values here, so 22131, 22131, we used these values last month to fill in this section, or I guess it's this and this. So what we do is we use our previous period one. Do not use current period, because that will be, even though it's dated the same, that will be the values on this date, the date when the reads were taken. We need them for the end of month date. So we go to our previous period one, and what we do is we go to our kilowatt hours imported total, Control C, copy that, and Control Shift V, and paste it in there, right? Then we go across to our KVARH total, Control C, and the one below, Control Shift V. And remember, if you're not sure which one to put in of these, you can always just check, all right, what value, where is, look for this value in your previous month, you know, like down the bottom here. Look for your previous value here, like 2231. Okay, well that's here. We're at then we go back to October, 22024. Oh, well that's here. You know, use that to deduce where you which table you want to use here. Okay, if you're confused, but basically, kilowatt hours imported total, KVARH total, right? And we put those two into there. Okay, next we scroll down until we move to our next set of boxes, the billing period demand. Okay, and again, similar. This is the current period, so when we took the read, this is the previous period one, which is what we want. So we look for our kilowatt hour section. You can see here we've got our kilowatt hour imported here, rate A in our previous period. And we take maximum, Control C, and our kilowatt hour, Control Shift V. Then our KVARH. This one, KVA imported, previous period one, Control C, Control Shift V. And then for this value that we took, which is this line, we need to hit the date and the time, which is here. So over here, we look for our date and time, which is here, Control C. Click here, Control Shift V, and Control Shift V as well. Okay, and that just pastes the value and spits out the in the format that we want. Okay, same thing for over here, KVARH line. You know, we've taken this. Now we want to get the date and time. Control C, Control Shift V, Control Shift V. Right, and that's that. And that fills out this. Instead of being a 0, it's now got a value in it. So now we need to do the same for this one. And again, same thing. So we get rid of this one. Make sure we're on the right read number, 4326. 4326 for these two lines. Kilowatt hours. Previous period 1, kilowatt hours total, 77532. See, it's pretty close to that one. Previous period 1, KVARH total, 25857. 25857. Then we scroll down. Billing period demand, previous period 1. We get our values from this line. So we take our maximum, kilowatt hours imported, here, Control Shift V, and then I'll take the date as well here. And I'll do this line. Boom, Control Shift V. Now we do KVA, 1.64. 1.64. Oh, copy this. Control Shift V, Control Shift V. And now this is filled in. All right. Now this one is NA because we don't use this meter. It's always estimated to 50,000. I think it might be even off. I'm not sure, but basically this is always NA. Sometimes you will get one, Jade will miss one, and this will be NA. We don't have that this month, but I will create an addendum video for that when that happens next, because I'm sure it will. But I'll try and add it on to the end of this one, or worst case, I'll just add a new video. But yeah, you'll be able to find that, and you can see exactly the process we go through to fix that up. Okay, so we'll save this as it is now. Get our dates right. We've got all our values here. We don't need this, so we can open the old one. Minimize this. And now we've got here. So let me just expand this. And you can see we've got the usage for the entire year. And we're almost in a new year now. So I'll need to create a new one. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, we've got one for each year. What we'll do is, seeing as we may as well create a new one for 2025 as well. So first thing we do is I highlight this row, copy, and Control V, paste. It's an actual paste, not a value, so just the normal paste. Change the dates here to that. Here we go. Meter faulty, unable to repair. We do not read, but leave in this sheet as it will mess with the macros if removed. All right. Now these highlighted ones are the estimated ones, but we don't have any issue with that this month, so we're all good. Now here, where we have, this one says 50,000, but we would delete everything in black down to here. Actually, I might highlight this in red so that we know not to delete it. So yeah, everything in black we get rid of. And then I will go a VLOOKUP equals VLOOKUP tab. Click on a meter number, comma. Go into our sheet here, this sheet. And starting at the meter number, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we go across, so we need the 25th column. So I just take a little more, comma, 25, comma, down, false, tab, enter. And that will fill in that. Copy that down. Right click C, right click V, enter. Get rid of our NAs. And we have all of our beautiful values in here. And you can just kind of compare them, just have a quick look. And they should all be relatively nearby the previous one. Yep. And that's it. That's all we need to do, really. Once you've done that, you save it and you can send it off. I'm going to quickly create a new one. So you can see from the previous years, the first one is December. So I like leave the December one from the previous year in there. And in 2024, we did the same. So what I'm going to do to create a new one, right click on this, again, move or copy, move to end and create a copy. Okay. Now we have a new one. Just drag that here. Double click that, change it to 2025, enter. And then I'm just going to go all the way across to here. So from D to O or wherever, get rid of everything, leaving the December one untouched. Right click, delete. And that's it. And now we have our new one for next year. All right, that's it. So we're going to save that. Quit, save, quit. And now we can, now we can send that off. Yep, and that's it. So yeah, if there is an instance where we have a skip one, a meter that was missed, I'll put that next, or I'll put in another video you can search for on the channel. But yeah, that's it for this one. And then just send it as normal.